Hello dear students, welcome back to Physics Online Crash Course class. So today we will be focusing on thermodynamic process. So hope in that previous session, so we got that specific heat capacity at constant pressure and at constant volume, and gamma value for that monoatomic gas, diatomic gas and for triatomic gas. So gamma is nothing but the ratio of specific heat capacity at constant pressure to that of constant volume. That gamma we can call it as, so that is adiabatic constant, right? So now let me discuss about that thermodynamic process. Thermodynamic process, right? So what are the thermodynamic process? So we can take that. First one is quasi-static process. Quasi-static process, and second one is isobaric process. And third one is isochoric process. Isochoric process, and fourth one is isothermal process. Isothermal process, and fifth one is adiabatic process. So fifth one is adiabatic process, right? So in case of thermodynamics we can consider that quasi-static process. So first let me discuss about that. What's the mean of that quasi-static process? For example, in case of that quasi-static process, the process which takes place at infinitesimal small rate. So the process which takes place at infinitesimal small rate means whatever that mechanical equilibrium we can consider and thermal equilibrium. So this process attains that thermal equilibrium as well as mechanical equilibrium. It means that, so in this quasi-static process, so there is no change of temperature, volume and pressure. So if there is no change in temperature, volume and pressure, means the system is said to be in equilibrium position. Then we'll go for next one. In case of that isobaric process, so in this process a system undergoes change in volume and temperature. So look at here, the system undergoes change in volume and temperature. Volume and temperature is getting changed, but in case of isobaric process, pressure is constant. Constant pressure. At constant pressure, volume and temperature is going to vary, so that we can call it as isobaric process. Then in case of that isochoric process, the system undergoes change in pressure and temperature. The system undergoes change in pressure and temperature, and in case of isochoric process, so there exists a constant volume. So in case of isochoric process which is constant, volume is constant. Then next one is isothermal process. In case of that isothermal process, so there exists a change in volume and pressure by keeping that constant temperature, that is isothermal process. So next one is adiabatic process. In case of that adiabatic process, there exists a change in pressure, volume, and in case of adiabatic process, heat remains same. Remains same. So there is no exchange of heat between system and surrounding. So look at here, in case of thermodynamic process, in quasi-static process there is no exchange of temperature, volume and pressure from system and surrounding. Then in case of isobaric process, which is constant, pressure is constant. In isochoric process, volume is constant. In case of isothermal process, so temperature is constant, whereas in case of adiabatic process, heat is constant, right? Now then let me discuss about that isobaric process. What are the neat aspects related to isobaric process here? So in case of that isobaric process, for example, fraction of heat supplied at constant pressure is used for that of increase in internal energy. So can understand the point here. The fraction of heat supply at constant pressure is used for increase in internal energy. It means that du by dq, which is equal to 1 by gamma. Fraction of heat supply at constant pressure is utilized for that of increase in internal energy. So in terms of mathematical form, du by dq, which is equal to 1 by gamma. And second thing is the fraction of heat supply at constant pressure, the fraction of heat supply at constant pressure is used for work done, right? So what's the mathematical formula? I can write it here, dw by dq, so which is equal to gamma minus of 1 divided by gamma. So in case of isobaric process, by keeping that pressure constant, the fraction of heat supply is utilized for increase in internal energy, and fraction of heat supply, so at constant pressure is converted into work done. So these are all the mathematical tool. By taking use of these tool, I can write that fraction of heat supply. So for example, in case of monoatomic gas, diatomic gas and for triatomic gas, what's the value of du by dq and dw by dq value I have to understand. So look at here, just I will write the formula here, du by dq, which is equal to what? 1 by gamma, right? And what is one more form? dw by dq, so which is equal to gamma minus of 1 divided by gamma. Now for monoatomic gas, what is du by dq value and dw by dq value, and what is the for diatomic gas and for triatomic gas I have to consider here. So first let me take that for monoatomic gas. For monoatomic gas, so just recall what is the gamma value for monoatomic gas? Cp by Cv value. So gamma, which is equal to, so that is 5 by 3. In last class we got this value, Cp value and Cv value. So the ratio of Cp by Cv value is 5 by 3. Then du by dq into 100, which is equal to 1 by gamma. Gamma means what? 5 by 3. So 5 by 3 means 5 by 3 into 100, right? So du by dq du by dq into 100, which is equal to 3 by 5 into 100, right? So what's that du by dq value? Du by dq into 100, which is equal to 60%. Du by dq value for monoatomic gas is 60%. Then what about the dw by dq value? dw by dq into 100, which is equal to, gamma means 5 by 3 minus of 1 divided by 5 by 3 into 100. Then dw by dq into 100, which is equal to 2 by 3 whole divided by 5 by 3 into 100. So dw by dq value for monoatomic gas is 40%. Look at here, du by dq value is 60% and dw by dq value is 40%. Out of 100%, 60% of energy is utilized for increase in internal energy, 40% is utilized for the work done for monoatomic gas. Next one, for diatomic gas. For diatomic gas, so what's the gamma value for diatomic gas? For diatomic gas, gamma value is 7 by 5. Let me write that du by dq value into 100, which is equal to 1 divided by 7 by 5. So this is 5 I can consider into 100, right? Du by dq into 100, so this is nothing but 500 by 7%. Then what about that dw by dq value into 100, gamma minus of 1, 7 by 5 minus of 1 divided by 7 by 5 into 100. So 2 by 5, here 5 term will get cancel out, so that is, look at here, 2 by 7 into 100. So dw by dq into 100, which is equal to, so finally I can consider that dw by dq into 100, which is equal to 200 by 7% in case of diatomic gas. Then for triatomic gas, look at here, next one is for triatomic gas. In case of the triatomic gas, gamma value is 4 by 3. Then du by dq value, du by dq value, so 1 divided by 4 by 3 into 100, right? So 25. So du by dq into 100, which is equal to 75%. So in case of triatomic gas, out of 100%, 75% of the energy is utilized for increase in internal energy, and remaining one dw by dq into 100, which is equal to gamma minus of 1, so 4 by 3 minus of 1 divided by 4 by 3 into 100. So 1 by 3, this one is 4 by 3 into 100, 25%. dw by dq into 100 for triatomic gas is 25%. So this is all about du by dq for monoatomic gas and diatomic gas and for triatomic gas. And we'll go for next process, that is isothermal process. Right? So in case of isothermal process, temperature is remains the same. So what is the mathematical expression for work done in case of isothermal process? So work done in case of isothermal process is, so work done in case of isothermal process, work done W, which is equal to 2.303 nRT log of V2 by V1, here log to the base 10, or otherwise 2.303 nRT log of P1 by P2, I can write it. So this is the mathematical expression for work done in case of isothermal process. So just you can remember this equation, and then we go for that adiabatic process. Adiabatic process, right? So whereas in case of that adiabatic process, so we can consider that relation between pressure, volume and temperature. We have to understand that relation between pressure, volume and temperature here, right? First let me understand that what's that relation between P and V. Relation between P and V we can consider. P into V to the power of gamma, which is equal to constant. Remember this equation. So first thing is relation between P and V. P into V to the power of gamma, which is equal to constant. Next one is P and T. So relation between P and T. P to the power of 1 minus of gamma and T to the power of gamma, which is equal to constant. So these are all the important equation. P into V to the power of gamma, which is equal to constant. P to the power of 1 minus of gamma into T to the power of gamma, which is equal to constant. And next one is relation between V and T, right? So relation between V and T. V to the power of gamma minus of 1 into T, which is equal to constant. So these are all the relation between PV, PT and V and T, right? So remember these equation. Then work done in case of adiabatic process. Work done in case of adiabatic process. Right? So in case of that work done in adiabatic process, W, which is equal to N into R gamma minus of 1 T1 minus of T2. This is the required expression for work done in case of adiabatic process, right? Then we'll go for the concept of heat engine. Right? So in case of that heat engine is a device which converts that heat energy into mechanical energy. For the conversion of heat energy into mechanical energy, so we are having source. This source we can call it as hot reservoir, and this heat will transfer from that source to working substance, right? And so this working substance absorbs the heat from the source and it converts into mechanical work done, and remaining amount of heat it will reject into the sink. So sink also we can call it as cold reservoir. Source is hot reservoir, sink is cold reservoir. Then what's the mean of efficiency I need to understand in case of heat engine. So efficiency means it is the ratio of amount of work done to that of heat supply, right? W, which is equal to what? Q1 minus of Q2 divided by Q2, or Q1 minus of Q2 divided by Q1 here. divided by Q1. So 1 minus of Q2 by Q1, right? This is the required expression for the efficiency, or in terms of efficiency I have to write in terms of temperature. 1 minus of T2 by T1 we shall consider. So this is about efficiency. And one more form we can consider. So in case of that, heat engine, so I can consider that refrigerator concept, right? So in case of refrigerator, so I have to understand the concept of coefficient of performance. So beta, which is equal to, it is the ratio of amount of heat removed per cycle, so divided by work done. Work done means Q1 minus of Q2, or beta, which is equal to T2 divided by T1 minus of T2. So this is about coefficient of performance. So hope you understand this session.